up, everybody? Welcome to like a very special edition to the Pete Manzinelli program. I'm joined tonight by like a truly prestigious guest. He's like the author of like a terrific new book. Let me get it here. It's called Dueling with Kings. It's about high stakes and also killer sharks, but also like the get-rich promise of daily fantasy sports. Mr. Dan Barbarisi's dude. Welcome to the show, my bro.
Vince, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, I'm very excited to have you on the program. You just released this great book, and like, I kind of wanted to like interview you about the book, and also kind of do like a book review. Are you game for that, my sir?
I am always excited to talk to readers.
Excellent. Yes, dude. Well, that's interesting you say that because like I'm a very voracious reader, dude, and I crushed this thing out in just like a couple of days. And I mean, I'm sure you're familiar. Like a lot of people like go on shows to promote books, and like you can just tell like the host hasn't actually read the book. You know what I mean? So before we get going, like I just want to prove to you that, dude, like I actually read every single word in this book. So like, would you like to quiz me, dude? Maybe ask me a question that like only someone who read the book would know.
Okay, that's actually pretty good. You're right. I do run into a lot of people who haven't read the book. So, sure. I like quizzes. All right. At one point, I get to hang out with a hockey team in a strip club, and I bet you liked that part. Which hockey team was it?
I believe I don't know much hockey. It was Ottawa's, right?
Ooh, you sure you read the book there, mans? I'm not so sure. All right. No, that's cool. I'll give you another one, though.
Damn it, dude. I really set a trap that I walked into.
Maybe. That's okay. That's the risk you run with quiz shows.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Give me another one.
Okay. All right. At one point, since we're going to keep it on the hockey theme here, a certain hockey player helps me to do very well. Do you know which hockey player that was?
Yeah, dude. He's you ended up getting his jersey, right?
That's right. I did.
It's like something.
He's got a funny name. It kind of sounds like the captain of Star Trek, the guy who played him.
Yeah, it's like something like Kitchenson or something like very Canadian, right?
I think he's actually from Westchester County, New York, but close enough.
Okay.
Kevin Shatner. Close enough. I'm going to give you that one.
As long as you believe me that I read the book, that's like all that matters, dude. You asked me some hard ones, dude. Yeah, but it is. I did remember the part about the Playboy Mansion, dude. Just because you brought it up, I was gonna ask you this later, but like, so you went to the Playboy Mansion for like a live final. That's personally like my dream, dude. As you mentioned, to like go to the Playboy Mansion. So like, I have to ask, dude, did you get to see any fun bags flapping in the LA breeze out there, dude?
You know, I did actually. There were several sets, I believe one would say. What I was surprised about, because I figure it's the Playboy Mansion, they're gonna have anything goes, but everyone seemed to be all good with topless. But as soon as it went bottomless, the security didn't like that very much, and they kind of cracked down on that. So I guess Playboy is not what it used to be.
I know, dude. I remember when you wrote that in the book, dude. I was like, no, dude, talk to me more about this bottomless stuff. But then you kind of bailed on it.
Yeah, family audience, kind of, sort of.
So I gotta ask you too. Like, a lot of people know you. Like, before you wrote this book, dude, you were like a beat reporter for like the Wall Street Journals, dude. You covered like the New York Derek Jeters, and you like left that to become a DFS pro. So like, I have to ask, would you say you like made fantasy a reality?
That is definitely one artful way to put it. Yeah, I guess my reality certainly became the world of fantasy for a while, and that was very different than just watching baseball games for a living.
Yeah, dude, that could actually be one of the subheads, like if you needed it. And speaking of titles, that'll be the
sequel, right?
What's that?
That'll be the sequel.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, making fantasy a reality, dude. Let's do it. We'll co-author it, dude. Like, I'll help you. Like, you're gonna get too big to be like a writer. You're gonna be more of a personality, and I could ghostwrite it for you.
That sounds good. I don't want to work ever again, so that would be perfect.
Excellent, dude. Well, now let me ask you a few things here. I'm holding up the book here. It's called Dueling with Kings here, and you probably don't know this, but back in the fall, dude, when FanDuels and DraftKings, it was rumored that they might be merging. I like made a video application to be the CEO of the rumored new company, and sorry, I got a burp here. And I said, should I receive the position, that I would name the new company King Duels. King Duels. King Duels. That's the new name of the company, folks. King Duels, okay? I made this hat. I made a logo, King Duels. And I just want to know, were you thinking about naming your book like King Duels or Kinging with Duels or something similar?
I have thought about drafting with fans. But it seemed a little too close to reality and maybe not quite as exciting. I like yours better, though. I might actually consider that for the second edition.
Well, I'm just glad that you didn't name it King Duels because like you would have been receiving like a cease and desist from me, bro.
I understand. I am actually very happy I avoided that too. That would have been bad.
But while we're on the topic of a cover, and like, you should obviously like never judge a book by its cover, dude. But like, you and me in this book got off to like a really rough start, dude. Because like, first of all, would you agree that this is like Benny Franklin's on the cover, dude?
That is in fact Ben Franklin. Yes.
And so, like, my question for you is, like, why wouldn't you have gone with, like, JFK's or, like, Nixon's or Reagan's, like, presidents who actually played football, dude? Because I looked into this and, like, Benny Franklin's never played football. Do you feel like your cover's historically inaccurate?
I actually feel like it's even more accurate than you're realizing, Lance, because think about it. Who has dueled with more kings than Ben Franklin? What other American figures in history have dueled with more kings? His whole reputation was built on actually taking it to the King of England, King George III, in the 1770s and 1780s, a very important part of our nation's history. So I think there's no man more appropriate, except perhaps George Washington, to really duel with kings on the cover of my book than Benjamin Franklin.
Whoa, dude, consider me taken to school right now, dude. I thought it was just like a clever money kind of thing, dude. You've
No,
clearly...
we wouldn't want to bother. I was actually trying to teach the children of America history through that cover.
Excellent, dude. Cheers, dude. Cheers to that. I thought it was
Absolutely.
just...
You know that he was also ambassador to the nation of France for quite some time? He spent a tremendous time in the court of France, and so he has not probably actually witnessed actual duels while there.
Have you talked about this in any other interviews, like the deep, significant meaning to this cover that might be lost on most readers, or is this like an exclusive, dude?
No, I would call this an exclusive.
There, you heard it here first, dude. Bottomless ladies at the Playboy Mansion and historical references about Benjamin Franklin's here at the Pete Manzinelli Show. You get it all, dude.
What I'm here for, Pete.
Oh, and Mans, yeah. No, you can call me Pete. Pete Manzinelli, whatever.
Got it.
Well, here's another question for you, and this was like, you kind of revealed some like very interesting things about yourself in the book, and like one of the most shocking things you revealed is that sometimes when you're having sex you think about DFS, dude. Is that true?
That had happened at times, yeah, when you got some big lineups in play. It's a long night. The light goes from 7 to 1 a.m. or so, DFS wise, and sometimes there's better things to be doing with your time during that period than watching your lineups, but that doesn't mean they are completely off your mind totally forever.
I feel you. And you also talked about how it used to get hard to like not check your cell phone to like check the score. Did you ever check your cell phone while you were having sex?
No, that I have never done.
Okay, just checking. I assume that's also an exclusive to the Pete Manzinelli.
Yeah, that's an exclusive. Yeah, okay. I think that is.
All right. Well, I think. Would you agree? I've kind of tossed you like a lot of softballs, and like you get that analogy as like a Derek Jeter's beat reporter and a reporter, right?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty fair. I mean, there has not been nearly enough history questions. I think that you should really double down on those. I think that's what your audience is looking for.
Well, yeah, history, dude. Yeah, my audience like that. But what my audience really likes is like when I call people out for collusion and insider training, and like I ask like the hard questions, dude. And let's just say like my spidey senses were kind of tingling while I was reading this book, because you became like a very successful DFS NHL player. Would you not agree?
I would agree.
And would you also agree that you're married?
I would agree.
And would you agree that your wife covers hockey professionally?
She does.
And would you not agree then that's a little curious that you would have such success when you are married and live with someone that has direct access to very insider information about the sport you are gambling on?
I mean, the funnier thing is I would consider that the part that would be more interesting was that I was actually inside the sport I was trying to bet on in terms of baseball. I mean, I was an active baseball writer and I was trying to be good at DFS, but that didn't help me at all, is the truth. Again, I think I wrote in the book, and I found it to be very detrimental. DFS is interesting because it's hard to leverage that kind of information in that way. You may think you have stuff that other people don't, but you probably don't have anything actionable. And, if there was a way to find it, I probably would have tried, but that's just not how it seemed to work out, at least for me.
I don't know, man. That sounds kind of like something an Ethan Haskell's would say, dude. But, I'm going to trust you, dude. You earned your money fair and square, dude. I know, like, in the book, like, I don't want to spoil anything, but, like, how much are you playing, like, these days? Because it seemed like you were getting a little burned out there at the end.
I was. But I took some time off away from it. I didn't really play much in the fall, but then once this hockey season came up again, I was pretty excited about it, and I kind of went back to it. I've played, I would say, 75% of the days since then. I am playing tonight, but you might note that I am very, very keeping strong here. I haven't checked my phone this entire time, so I don't even know what my players are doing right now. This is much more important to me. So, yeah. And I will be going to Miami this week, actually tomorrow, what am I saying, for a big DK tournament.
Nice,
so
we'll
see what
happens. You know what? Actually, like, I'm like a chill dude. I'm not like one of those guys that like condescends if like people I'm at dinner with are like checking their phone. I want you to check your phone right now. Let's check your scores, dude. I want you to see how you're doing.
Okay, I don't think they're very good. At least they weren't like half an hour ago. But let me.
Excellent, dude. Well, congratulations. We'll stay posted on your sweat, dude. Well, I really want to like impress upon the readers, like, this is like a very exciting book. Like, I don't toss around like the term turning pages like loosely, dude, but I was up like late at night, my eyes were getting tired, and I kept turning the pages because it was like captivating, bro. And like, there's some exciting scenes, and have you considered like maybe optioning this for a movie?
We have had some talks with people, but there have not been any discussions that have progressed to the point of signing anything yet. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that.
Well, that's interesting because, like, I might need to talk to you about this because it's kind of an idea. I've had to option the movie, and I just kind of wanted your blessing. Like, I would obviously play you in the movie. What do you think?
Blonde for that.
Well, dude, like, with today, there's, like, prosthetics and, like, lots of dying and stuff, and I could get all Barbarisi'd up, dude.
Okay, all right. I thought that Jason Biggs would really be the one who should play me. I feel like that would be some excellent character action right there. But if you think you can do the role better, we can have some talks about that. I'd love to see you screen test.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, Jason Biggs. Like, I get that. I see like a little Justin Long maybe too, but like.
Hey, that's interesting. That's a good one. Yeah.
What is what's like something you say all the time? Like, maybe I can prove to you like how good I would be at playing you in a movie. Is there like a catchphrase or something I could say of yours?
No. Have a catchphrase. I haven't really thought about that. How about gambling is hard?
All right, let me try this. Let me get into character here, dude. Let me really center myself into being Dan Barbarisi's.
Yeah.
Gambling is hard.
That was pretty good, actually. That was very natural, very evocative.
Thank you, dude. So, well, I hope this kind of like impressed upon you that like I should be on that short list to play you in the future King Duels movie, dude.
I look forward to that, actually. And what about in the sequels when it like becomes like Fast and the Furious, and then your character can really evolve between King Duels 1 and King Duels 6?
Exactly.
And all of a sudden you're like driving around the Arctic or whatever. You're going to weird DFS events in China. You're like an international man of mystery. I think this could really work.
Yeah, dude. Playboy Mansion, Tokyo Drifts, dude. Let's do it. So you had like a book signing the other night, and like you did a launch party in New York's as well as Boston's. I wasn't able to make it to either of those, but I did really want you to like sign my book. But obviously we're not in the same room. But if I was there and I asked you to sign my book, what would you write? And then I'll kind of just write it on your behalf.
Okay, that would be good. How about Mans? I would probably just write M-A-N-Z, I assume it is, right, with a comma.
Mm-hmm. I got it.
And then why don't we do Watch Out for the Sharks?
Maybe that's your catchphrase.
There we go. Maybe it should be. I like that. I just came up with that, but it's pretty good.
And
I would sign my name, and it's really squiggly, but I use the D is really big and the B is really big, and then there's always like a cross over the eyes.
Oh, a dot or a cross?
Basically, okay.
And then, like, if I was there in person and you did that, I'd be like, dude, could you maybe draw, like, some waves and, like, a shark fin popping up? And then would you say yes?
I would totally do that. I absolutely do that.
So then I'm going to do the waves. All right, dude. I want to just thank you.
Looking forward to seeing this.
Thank you so much for signing my book, dude.
You know what? The signature is pretty close. Please don't go and sign my name anywhere and try to, do things like that. That would be bad. But thank you. That's very good.
Excellent, dude. Well, thank you so much for signing the book. It shows that you're like a man of the peoples, dude. But yeah, I really appreciate you coming on the program. Obviously, people can like Amazon Prime this like I did, dude. I got it in like 2 days, dude. It was sick. But where else? I'm sure the's like brick and mortar locations. Where can they find the book?
You can buy it, any Barnes and Noble, Target. I think it's at Costco. Any of the bookstores that are in the IndieBound network, which is most of the independent bookstores out there. I think it's kind of one of those most places books are sold kind of things. So, please pick it up. It is out now. And
also, you're on Twitters, dude. People can check you out on Twitters, right?
They can send me all kinds of messages on Twitter. That's correct, at Dan Barbarisi.
Excellent, Dan. Well, I really appreciate you coming on the program. Real Talks, this is a great book, dude. If you like DFS, if you crush DFS like me, this will inspire you to waste like all your bankroll trying to go to a live final. It's a great read. Highly recommend it. Daniel Barbarisi, thanks for coming on the program.
Thank you, Menz. I appreciate you having me.